what I'm going to show you now is how to edit using iMovie. So what you do is you open your iMovie. Okay, you're going to add a project. Okay, hold on, let me show you that again. I'm in projects. So there's video, projects, theater. I'm in projects, and then we're going to start a new project. I'm going to create a movie. I have yet to create a trailer. So the movie that we're going to create is going to be my Decorate With Me from today for St. Patrick's Day. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take all of the clips. Now, can you guys see the clips okay? Let's see. I know it's a video of a video, so I don't know if you're going to be able to see it clear enough, but I basically know that this one hasn't got anything on it, so I choose all of them. You can choose all of them and just delete them from the movie once you've created it. So then we're just going to hit select all the ones from today and create a movie. Now we want to select them ourselves. If you hit select today's, it will select all of the ones from today, but it will put them backwards. It will put them in the newest to the oldest, which is usually not how you shoot a movie. You usually shoot a movie from the oldest to the newest, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit create movie once we have all those selected. Can you see them selected? And now it's moved all of them to iMovie. I'm just going to adjust this brightness because it's really bright. Okay, there we go. Now you guys can see a little bit better. Okay, so this is all of the clips from today. So right now, I'm going to hit done real quick to show you. And right now my movie is, if I just left it like this, it would be 28 minutes and 7 seconds long. But I don't want to do that, so I'm going to go ahead and edit it. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to press play and watch my transitions. Let me adjust my volume. My guest room is my 100% Irish plaque, which is next to a picture of my mom. She was the one who was 100% Irish. Okay, so far everything on there I want, but I realized that it didn't. I wanted to show you guys. I filmed it out of order because I wanted to show you guys how to edit the order of stuff. So before I went into my guest room, I was out in my, well, after I went into my guest room, I was out in my hallway. So I wanted to put the hallway first. So I'm going to pick up the guest room footage, and I'm going to put it, did you see that? All I did was click and drag. So watch this again. First I'm going to delete that one. Okay, so this is the one that I'm going to keep because I turned the flash on. Here, let me show you. This is undo. Oh, I deleted the wrong one. Oh. So you hit undo and now it's back. But you see how dark that was, and I was casting shadows? So I wanted to, every shot, so I wanted to delete this one, and that's just easy enough. I just tapped it. I go to here where this is edit. This is edit the speed. This is edit the sound. This is add text, and this is to sort of like Instagram, give you different filters. And in the edit feature, you can split it, detach it, duplicate it, or delete it. So I deleted it. Okay? So then I went ahead and I pressed play, and this is my little spiel about my guest room. But before my guest room is my hallway. So I want to go ahead and I want to put my hallway first. So if I click and hold my hallway, do you see it became a little clip under my finger? And I can do whatever I want with it. I can even throw it in the garbage. See how it's hit a little cloud? Say poof. No, I don't want to poof it. I want to put it in the front. So now I've gone ahead and I started my video in the front. Now my hallway is going to start as my first scene. But now, do you notice something about the hallway? Doesn't it start out with my door being very yellow? And then all of a sudden my door becomes white. That's because I adjusted my auto exposure and my white balance. Okay? So I want to cut off that first piece that's yellow. So I've moved my finger. Can you see me moving my finger? Let's see if I can't make this just a tiny bit. Okay, there you go. So it's not super bright on the screen. There we go. Now you can see my finger. So now you see how I just move my finger along, and I watch the video as it changes color. As soon as it becomes, the door becomes white, which is right there, I've got the cut line there. I tap on the video, try not to move it, just tap it quick, and you'll see that the scissors come back up, and then I'm going to hit split. And then I'm going to tap the piece I want to throw out, and I'm going to hit delete. So now my video will start on a nice white door. So Okay, so now I have a transition here. Okay, this transition, if you tap on, they give you different options for transitions. This is none, which is just going to go straight from boom to boom, boom to boom, boom to boom. Okay, or there's this themed one that goes with different themes, which is, the themes are in there as well, but I don't usually ever use my themes. Actually, that's true. That's totally true. I don't ever use themes. My dissolve is very common. That's the one that comes up as the default. Okay, so how it dissolves one on top of the other. Okay, one or the other is the slide. I always use the slide after my intros and before my exits. So that slides one picture on top of the other. If you tap it again, it'll slide it in the other direction. Watch, it'll come from the right. See that? And that's what I use before my exits. And if you tap it again, it will come up from the bottom. See that? And if you tap it again, it'll come down from the top. Okay, so those are those transitions. The next one is wipe. So the difference with wipe, let me just adjust wipe. Okay, so the difference is wipe. See if you can notice. Do you notice the difference? Let's do wipe and then slide. Did you guys notice the difference? Try again. Yeah, I didn't either. Okay, so I just always use slide. There probably is a difference. It's probably very technical. I don't know it. And then, of course, there's fade. So fade in and fade out. So it fades out to a black screen and fades back in to your next shot. Okay, so between shots, I like to use dissolve. Between edits, we use the none. So I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so this is more of my video. This is more of my video. Let's see. This is another transition. Okay. Okay, so let me show you here. Okay. So this is a picture, this is a small video of my patio doors in my living room that go out to the side of my yard. Well, I don't want you to see all my dead grass, okay? So what I'm going to do is we're going to zoom into that shamrock. So let's focus on the shamrock. What we're going to do is we're going to tap here. We're going to hit split. It's going to split these two apart with no transition. See that? That's just going to jump right ahead. So let me watch the screen play as I move my finger, and you'll see that nothing changes. It doesn't look like anything, right? Okay, so now I want to tap it again and split it again. Okay, then I want to take this shot and I want to zoom in. So if you look up here is zoom, and then pinch to zoom. So let's scroll back so we can see our shamrock. And let's tap it to edit it, pinch to zoom, and then we're going to zoom in. Okay? Do you see that? So it's going to go from, let's play it now that you see. So it's going to show you, go over to the thing, it's going to get larger. Let's see. It gets larger and then it zooms in. And then it goes back and zooms out. Do you see that? Okay, so that's how you do zoom. Then let's see. What else? La 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 la. La 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 la. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put in text. Okay. Okay, so you see here that made no transition between my kitchen and my living room. Okay. But what I went ahead and I put in the themed one, which is going to be fade in, fade out. And I showed you my coffee bar. Oh, that's why, because this is a lousy picture. So let's delete that. Let's take that and become dissolve. Oh, the other thing is you can change the dissolve time. All the transition times you can change. I like to keep them at a half a second, so it's not like a very artistic. But, you know, a second and a half, or 2 seconds is your choices. Okay? So then it switches to my coffee bar. Okay? And then that's all the St. Patrick's Day. Now I go to the dining room, and we show the forever tree. Okay, so now there's a clip in the front of here that might be too dark. Let's see. Okay, so see this? I left the kitchen. Am I talking? I'm telling you about the Christmas tree shop. So I'm going to take that and I'm going to split it there because I don't want you to watch me have to watch me walk through the hallway. So I'm going to grab this yellow bar in the front. Let me just make it so that you can see it a little bit better. Okay, I'm going to grab this yellow bar and I'm going to slowly move my finger to the right, and it's automatically cutting off all that stuff until I get to my dining room. Now it started to go too fast, so all I did was back it up until it's where I wanted it to be. It's right there. I'd like to go into my dining room. And I'll put a dissolve transition. Okay, so let's see.
So ChristmasTreeShop.com, that shop with 2 T's and an E. It's over there in the corner, but this is my dining room table setting for St. Patrick's Day. I have, I usually do matching opposites, so on the heads of the table I have a pretty white.
Now, if for some reason I was talking too loud then or whatever, or talking too low, if you tap on this sequence and you hit the volume button, you can adjust the volume up to 500% as loud as you are, or down to mute. But we'll leave it at 100 because it sounds okay. And now if I wanted to mute it altogether for a voiceover or something, I would go ahead and tap. Whoop. I feel like you cannot see that at all. Hold on. Sorry. I go ahead and tap the speaker and it makes it go automatically to mute. Okay? So, let's see. Other features that I use. Okay, so right here we have a scene. Hold on.
I have a little mat that says I'm a wee bit Irish. I believe it's from the Christmas tree shop, but I honestly can't remember where I got that one from. And then here's my forever wreath on my mudroom door with my St. Patrick's Day bow. And if I move it, you can see underneath it I have these hanging underneath that, these wooden hearts. I wish that was shaded. Yeah.
Okay, so what I realized that I reshot it. So here, I'll show you how I reshot it. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to turn off the light and reshoot it because the reflection on the door was too much.
There we go. That's a little better. So the wooden hearts were from the Christmas tree shop, actually. Again.
So then there's some scenes in here that I really didn't care for. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to edit that all out. I'm going to cut it here. And I'm going to delete this whole section. Okay? So it's just going to start there, like I'm going to the side of the house. Okay? Then I have, when I went to the side of the house, my Snoopy flag is slipping down. So here's the side of my house. Cut it there. Press play.
And then these buntings, I fell in love with. They were on clearance, of course. You got 2 for $1.99, so basically they were 99 cents each. They were from the Collections ETC catalog, and they're
Okay, so now we're just going to fast forward. So here's my end bit where I started to talk to the camera.
doormat, so it's just a Wolfskin doormat. But I really hope you like this. What am I going to call it? My St. Patrick's Day home tour.
Do you see how I've cut my face off? So I have to adjust my tripod. There we go. My monopod, actually, and my selfie stick. So if you can see there, that's when I really start to get into it. So I can delete this whole scene that's got my face cut off. Okay?
So that's it. So I really hope you like.
Oop.
That's it.
So right before that's it. So I said that's it. I'm just going to back it up a tiny bit. Whoops. That happens sometimes.
That's it.
So I'm going to split it, and I'm going to delete this first piece. Okay? Then I get to come to the end, my little spiel. Oh, then there's my bathroom stuff. So let's delete the extra bathroom scene. Let's take the bathroom scene, we'll put it after the guest room, because the bathroom is, so I'm just clicking and dragging it all the way back, before the dining room, before the kitchen, before the living room. But after the guest room. Let's do it after the guest room, okay? So we just drop it, and then we go. We go from guest room. So we did the same thing here with the yellow, if you can tell. So we're just going to fast forward it till it's white. Make sure we're not missing anything. Let's see. Oh, I am talking.
Sorry about the fan noise. I only have a light slash fan. Sorry about the fan noise. I only.
See, I double. So when I was shooting it, I said, oh, I realized I have to adjust the lighting. So I had to repeat what I said. Was to so there we go. Edit text. So I usually like to start my title a few seconds in. So you want to go ahead and split. You want to go to the T, which is text. Now there's different text formats. There is none. There is this one that puts a little text right here. This one that's standard, and you can do multiple lines of text. This one that's prismatic in and out. If you watch the sample here, you can kind of get that. This one, it's called gravity, and it does this. This one is called reveal, and it does this. This one is line title, which has got two sets of text with a line between them. And then expand, which you see just boom. Focus, which does fancy focusing, and then pop up, which is sort of cutesy, pops up like that. How about we do focus today? Now we also notice that some of the texts have all cap fonts and some of them have caps and lowercase, so just keep that in mind. So let's do focus. So you want to do is you want to click on the text, so you can highlight the text box. Oops. But then you want to, hold on, let me adjust here for a second. Okay. So then you want to X out. You want to click that X. Otherwise, it'll start typing at the end, and it'll say title, text, whatever you're trying to say. So you want to X out of there, and you want to put by St. Patrick's, oops, Patrick's Day. Click on the box, I can drop it, and it's hit lower, it'll go on the bottom. So that's my title. Do you see that? And then you just hit done, and that's it. Let's do that again. So one of the things you can, so if I click center, if I hit center, it goes in the center of the page. If I hit lower, it goes in the lower of the page. Now the only thing I have not figured out how to do from here is change the color. It's always white, so I think it may just always be white. So let's put it back in the center, okay? And then we're going to let it play for a few seconds, and when I think the title's long enough, so I back it up since before the title. And when I think the title's long enough, then I go ahead and I hit stop. And then I'm going to edit, go back to the scissor, go back to the scissor, and I'm going to split it. And then if you see the little T, you guys can see the T there, There you go. See that? Sorry. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. So the next thing that I want to do, which I usually do at the end of my videos, is actually, I jumped ahead of screen. Let's add music or sound or a voiceover. So you want to hit this button, add. Now this also works if I want to insert a picture there or anything. So I want to add audio, theme music, or sound effects. Well, let me go back. There's theme music, sound effects. You can import, you can add something from your playlist, from your albums, from your artists or songs. However, remember if you're uploading to YouTube, they have license agreements that you cannot use royalty music without permission. So what iMovie gives you is some royalty-free music, which I'm sure that you've heard just about everybody's video. I don't want to use that, so I'm going to click it. I accidentally double tapped it. So hold on to the music. Hit the music. Hold on to it. Hit the music. Click it and drag it and chuck it. Oh, it didn't go. I didn't go fast enough. Click and move and throw it away. Okay. So let's go back to add music. I was just trying to show you what they sounded like. Okay, so let's pick modern. Let's pick modern as a background music, okay? Now, we want modern to just be in the background. So right now, if you look, foreground is highlighted. So if we click it, it's going to be above my voice, no matter what. You can't even hear my voice. So if we click it and put it back in the background, anytime I talk, the music gets lower, okay? So I like to have my music be at about 40% for my background music. So let's see how that sounds.
So down the main hallway for the bedrooms, I have a welcome shamrock from the Dollar Tree on the guest room door and the shamrock jingle bells.
Okay. So this particular, okay. I'm going to make this one a tiny bit lower, about 20%, 30%. Just try 30%. Let's see.
So down the main hallway for the bedrooms.
Yeah, it's back there. But you know what? Everybody plays this song, right? So what I'm going to do is, one of the things is I'm selecting the volume, the music track, and I'm going to the speed button here, and I'm going to slow this song down a little bit so it sounds a little different. Let's hear it now.
So down the main hallway.
Oh, let's make it louder. So it does sound different than we've heard on other people's videos, right? So I thought that was a neat trick. Okay, so we've done text, we've done music. Let's do a voiceover. Okay, so what I want to do when I do a voiceover is say I wanted to redo the voice here. So what I was saying here, say, was not interesting.
On the TV stand of the guest room, the only thing I do
See, I'm mumbling, talking above myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the segment where I'm going to do a voiceover, and I'm going to mute my original words. Then I'm going to click add, this little plus sign, and I'm going to go back from audio, back, and then down here it says voiceover. So then it's going to give you the opportunity to start recording right there, okay? And you can watch as my voice goes, the bar jumps with my words. Okay, so let's do a voiceover. Hit record, gives you a countdown. The only thing I do different in my guest room is I put up this plaque that says 100% Irish next to the picture of my mom because she was 100% Irish. And then I put on these very rustic stars, you know, very old world Americana. And I have this beautiful glass vase and my TV, which is mounted on top of a pedestal to give it a little bit of extra height. So that's it. And now I can accept it, or review it, retake it, or cancel it. So let's review it. The only thing I do different in my guest room is I put up this plaque that says 100% Irish next to the picture of my mom because she was 100% Irish. And then I put on these very rustic stars, you know, very old world Americana. And I have this beautiful glass vase and my TV, which is mounted on top of a pedestal to give it a little bit of extra height. So that's it. Okay, so that's all you have to do for a voiceover. So then I can accept it, and then I can edit it just like a picture if I want to. Say I want to cut off that last bit. I just roll it back. And I have this beautiful glass vase and my TV, which is mounted. What's my TV mounted on? World we never know. You can also add a second voice. Say I messed up half of it. I don't want to have to redo the whole thing. So then I add, this is what it sounds like. On top of this cake pedestal with the plate missing. So let's see what it sounds like when you put the two voices together. Glass vase and my TV, which is mounted on top of this cake pedestal with the plate missing. See, you can't even notice the difference in transition. Okay, so I'm just going to undo all that because I don't want to do a voiceover. Okay, one more. Okay, great. And then finally what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, let's see, I'm going to add my intro and my extra. My introduction and my exit. My little exit picture that I made. Okay? So I've put them in an album that I not marked production. So I'm going to go to my album, go to the album marked production. See that? There is my Aldi haul label. There is my YouTube picture. There is my intro. And I'm going to click on it, and then I'm going to hit the plus button. And I'm going to change this transition to slide. I always slide to the right for the intro, and I slide to the left for the extra. That's garbage. So I'm going to do it again. Watch. Now this time I'm going to add, the intro is a video, the extra is a picture. So now I'm going to add the extra. I know that's not the right word, but okay. And then I'm going to hit the wipe twice so it wipes in the other direction. Okay. Now the last thing I'm going to show you before we upload is how to edit a picture. They have something called Ken Burns enabled. Ken Burns was a documentarian, did a lot of stuff on PBS, who would take a still photograph and make it look like it moves. So actually, I'll show you what it looks like when I press play. Do you see how the still picture is scrolling down? Okay, so that's the Ken Burns effect. So what you can do is you can actually turn that off, and your picture will just be 100% still. You can adjust where you want it to be, like that. Okay, but it won't move. But we like Ken Burns effect. It makes us feel like we're fancy. So we click enable that. Now you have the option to adjust how you want your Ken Burns effect to go. So say I want to start it. I have to click it. I want to start it here. Okay, and then I want it to zoom in. Okay, so what I do is then I travel to the end of the clip, and I zoom in. So it's just going to zoom in like on the word thanks. Let's say it zooms on the word thanks. Okay? So now when I scroll back, watch how that looks. And lighting. Okay. Thanks. I don't normally do that. So what I'm going to do is what I normally do is I start at the top with the 2 stars, and then I end at the bottom where it says thanks. So that's it. It just goes from the top to the bottom. Okay? Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to be done, even though I'm not done editing this video. But I've showed you all the steps. I just don't want you to have to watch the monotony of me doing it. And then we're going to title it. I like to title my stuff because I put it on my computer when I'm done. And my St. Patrick's Day home. And then I always put the date. February 27, 2017. Now, I always put the date that I shoot it. iMovie will automatically put the date that you created it, but I always put the date that I shot it. Okay? And it tells you it's 26 minutes and 51 seconds long. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go down here. You can play it to watch to see if you missed anything, which is usually what I do. But I'll show you here. You just play it, and then it just plays like it will upload. Okay? I know you guys have seen all this before, so just get the title going. See? I listen to the sound. I see if my sound is good. I've had some sound issues in the past, and I've been working on them. Okay? So the next thing you're going to do after that is you're going to upload it. Download it to your, save the video. That's what you're going to do. You don't want to upload it straight to, I don't want to ever upload it straight to YouTube. And I'll tell you why in a second. I have had that happen one time where it got corrupted and then I had to re-edit the whole video over again. So I don't do that anymore, but I save it. Plus I'm saving all of my videos. And they ask you how you want to save it. Medium quality, large quality, HD quality, HD 1080p, 720, 1080p, or 4K. I never save anything more than a 720. I'm not making, I'm not Spielberg and I'm not making the next Star Wars, so I really don't need to shoot it in a 4K. And then the better quality you save it in, the more memory it takes up on your phone and in your computer. So it usually takes quite a while depending on how long your video is. Okay, and I'm just going to X out of that because I'd like to show you guys. Then it gets saved. I'll show you another project that I had. What was the last project I did? Was Dollar Tree Shop with Me, February 22nd, right? So then you go to your photos, and you go to videos, and here is my Dollar Tree Shop with Me, so I can watch. From the other day, okay? And then after I have a few of them on here, I go ahead and I upload them to my computer because I like to save them for my learning purposes, okay? And that's it, guys. Once they're saved to my phone, I go ahead and I upload them to YouTube from my phone. I open YouTube. I click on the camera. The camera says, which video do you want to choose? So I pick the video I want to choose, and then I hit next. I edit the title, which usually I title it whatever the video was. I add my description, okay? Just a small description of what the video is. I have a shortcut where I created a auto type situation where I do vid dis, which is video description. That's what I labeled it. And what that has on it is my thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out my other videos with a link to my YouTube channel. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Mrs. Garthby2. Click like and subscribe. And take care and God bless. So that's automatically going to be on the, not automatically, I have to put it there, but it's going to be on the end of all of my video descriptions. Make sure you set to public, and then you hit upload. Now when I upload from my phone, depending on the size of the video and your network, your home network, or wherever you're uploading it from, can determine how long it takes to upload. Now, what I found out is if your phone falls asleep while you're uploading, you're probably going to have an upload error, and it's going to make you upload it all over again. So what I go ahead and I do is I make sure that I keep my phone by me, and
Thanks,
I just keep
everybody. I hope this was
refreshing
helpful.
tap the
If you
page
have
to
any
refresh so
questions,
that
just
it
leave them in
doesn't
the
go to
comments
sleep.
down below.
Okay?
Really, any question.
And
There's no
so
such
that's
thing as
it.
a stupid
This
question, just stupid answers. Did you ever hear that one? I don't like that one. But seriously, there's no other way to learn if you don't ask questions. And that's how I got so smart. I have a lot of people who are a lot smarter than me. Just kidding. But if you, if you liked this, if you want more tutorials, this isn't a video that I'm like trying to get likes on. This is just a video to help you guys out. It's, I just said that I could show you what I know. And hopefully I showed you in an easy enough way that you'll understand. All right? And as always, take care. God bless. Good luck. And we'll see you next time. Bye. Bye.